already a 5-0 before we started, honestly.
And generally we've been a quick 3-0, but you gotta play out the other two just to humor them.
Yeah, just for fun and shits and giggles, you know. I just think maybe the teams just aren't really fair. I mean, those 4 pros versus us 4 is just really not a fair match.
Well, I mean, we got established pros like yourself and Hoaxster here, and we only got, you know, some no-names like Neighbor and Bestman over on that side, so it's kind of stacked squads.
It's a bunch of washed-ups, honestly.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen someone get the truth. How did it feel?
It was painful, actually.
Sometimes the truth hurts, but man, it just needs to happen.
All right, so Dave, we were talking about the music track, the audio cues. You said it's one long looping track, and I said it's really cool how the music actually knows what's going on in the game.
Yeah, it's not really a looping track. We have our intro, our outro, and then there's all sorts of events that can happen in the middle. So when you started the game, you heard that nice booming intro music. So that's specific for Infinity's Lair.
Okay.
So it helps build that recognition of like, oh, I'm playing Infinity's Lair. And then whenever he's rewarded, you'll hear these little short stingers that kind of mix right into the track very naturally. And it's one of the big audio overhauls we've done on Halo 4 is to be able to support this.
That's brilliant. It goes along with how the gameplay is going.
Right.
Like, I was almost thinking it'd be awesome if, like, for example, that one time Enemey was doing that rocket.
Yeah.
And incorporate like a choking sound.
The choking sound? Yeah, for when you fail.
That's awesome.
Still time to incorporate that possibly.
Yeah.
Just,
you composer? Da, da, da. Yeah.
That's awesome. What about if somebody like on your team gets a spree and like a musical cue, or an audio cue that lets you know, oh, my teammate just went on a spree or just got a medal for a certain
Absolutely.
something.
So the combat log, we're still working on as much as we can. We're going to put as much information as we possibly can in there. So you'll start seeing it in our objective games even more, which I can't talk about yet.
Okay.
But yeah, we definitely do, brag about what you did to the rest of your team through the combat log, and we can mix some music with that.
About saving clips or anything like that, or theater, or you can talk anything.
I got this one for him. No comment.
Thank you.
Dang it. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, I want to go back to Enemey Warrior screen. Best Halo 4 player in the world.
I just noticed this
got the
art,
hang of it.
Prometheus vision. You can see grenades coming at you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Prometheus vision can't. Oh, he's got ordnance though. Let's see what he pulls in.
Right. So if you guys go back and take a look at the first game he played.
What's the bottom one's sticky, left one scatter, right one is speed boost. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you guys go back to the first game that he played, you guys will probably be able to notice.
Took the scatter shot. Yeah. What happened in the first game?
I was just saying that, if you go back and watch the first game that he played, he's probably, just more about getting oriented and the feel for the game. And now that, it just shows how fast these guys learn, he looks a lot more comfortable with the game, and now we're about to see some domination.
I've seen some people not even use the Prometheus, at least correctly in my opinion. So if I'm in a close range quarter combat area, and let's say I'm around with some stairs, and I know it's not like I need to know where the whole map is, I'm really going to just hit that and let it go up maybe a quarter, then reset it because I already see all the people are close enough, and then be able to do that again so I can use it that whole engagement against themselves. Is that something that I guess you would do yourself? Like, do you use the full Prometheus when long range, or do you think it's always a good idea to just use it in certain circumstances, like close range to long range, and like only using part of your bar?
I think you just choose with whatever works for your playstyle. Yeah. Like there really isn't like a book or a guide to using these armor abilities because there's so much more going on in the Halo sandbox. Yeah. So for me, it's just like you saw, I used it from long range there, and then kind of adapted to it. For me, I'm just trying to find enemies. All the time.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess sometimes maybe I either get tunnel vision or I can just see myself basically being like, all right, I know where the one closest enemy is to me, and I don't have a sniper, so I'm just going to focus on that. I don't need to see where the rest of the team is at the moment.
My favorite time to use it is when I'm the king in Regicide. Because then I can they all know where I am, and it's the only way I can kind of know where they're coming at me from.
Right.
And so in Regicide, that's the thing, is it's not exactly Juggernaut. It's you have an icon over yourself like a Juggernaut, and people are going to know where you're at, and you can use that to your advantage in some cases. Everyone's going to be coming towards your way, you're worth more points, and like you're saying, use that Promethean vision they're not going to expect you to be coming right for them. They expect everyone else to come for you as well. So like you can get that closest person to you, just get that nade, one shot, and just play it out smart. So I like that. I like the idea for using that.
Absolutely. The sticky detonator does it as well. I mean, we've had some crafty kings. I mean, our internally kings are like, oh, they all know where I am. But then once they start finding out different strategies and ways to, take advantage of that, it really just adds another layer of strategy to the mode that, even we weren't anticipating, but we've gotten even more excited about it as we've seen these strategies develop.
Yeah, I can definitely see them just evolving. And I would also look at similar situation and be like, all right, during my loadout, I think if I know I'm going to be the king next, I know I have the most points, I'm going to just possibly switch over to Promethean vision, like you said.
Definitely, and that's one of the great things about swapping loadouts between deaths. And as you earn more in your Infinity career, you're going to start unlocking more and more loadout options that you can configure.
Oh my god!
What was that? There's some rage over there.
So one gun we haven't talked about was the plasma pistol.
I mean, we've seen it just used very little here.
Yeah.
It's happened against Cal both times, and not to Cal's favor. I feel like, from what I've noticed, is that it seems like it takes a little bit longer to get that full charge on it.
I noticed
and I
that
can't
too.
tell as far as how much it locks on, though. I guess those aren't really questions. I guess those are just more comments on how I've noticed it so far. Because I personally have used, it's evolved from all the Halos. I mean, Halo 1, I would use it just literally like a plasma rifle.
I love how it frees people.
Yeah, freeze them off. Just pretty much do like 6 to 8 shots and then get a melee and get an easy kill. Halo 2, undot, like that gun was godlike. You just charge that up, shoot them, switch to your BR instantly. And the nuke combo. And that's also, not only did that gun track so much more, but you're also able to switch weapons that much faster. So it'll be interesting to see how people do this, because I mean, I've seen Kyle get, single burst with it. I've seen him get comboed and someone finish off the BR. So it's just, I can see it very situational use.
Now, with the melee system, I haven't seen anybody get animated yet. Are animations in Halo 4?
Assassinations.
Assassinations.
Yes, absolutely. Assassinations are back in a big way.
Okay.
And there's many new ones. I've noticed these players, they don't take the risk as often. They're on the stage, don't want to get yoinked. But yeah.
I also think that these guys, even though first time playing these maps, they really have a high awareness level, especially having the radar, and so many of them using Promethean vision. So I think that's a huge factor why we haven't seen any yet.
Yeah, here's a speed boost in action here. This is great.
All right, Enemey, show us the speed boost.
Now, when you have
Nice shots.
What I love about speed boost is the circle strafe. Oh, and he's fighting an overshield too. That was kind of a cool combo. But yeah, getting in and out of combat, but also being able to circle strafe on enemies that much faster is a huge advantage.
You're doing work.
I've just sort of noticed that
overshield, no problem.
you obviously reload and stuff faster. Is your rate of fire increase as well?
No, not your rate of fire. Your reload speed, your weapon swap speed, and your movement speed. That was a good double kill he pulled off of it.
Kyle's dominating.
So that gets him and his team a few more extra points for getting those medals and obviously double kill. I still want to go back to that speed boost. Now, is it worthwhile to sprint with a speed boost, or does it negate sprint?
It doesn't negate sprint fully. Speed boost isn't really meant to give you a hyper sprint. We're still doing some tuning around how much it will impact sprint, but it's mostly for your strafe, your forwards and backwards regular movement while you're firing, because that's where we found we get the most gameplay value out of it. I mean, players can already put their gun down and sprint, so speed boost is really for that moment-to-moment jousting or one-on-one combat. And how does it change that? Can you reload faster? Can you switch to your magnet faster, as we were discussing earlier? And that's where you see the biggest benefit.
I can also see that being huge with, especially weapons like, let's say you get rockets. Like, I keep going back to changing loadouts and whatnot, but if you're able to like secure rockets and speed boost, stuff like that, where those weapons that take so long to reload, like just every little advantage can be such a huge part. Like, I just see so many different options.
Well, the combinations are, endless. And we're still finding them and enjoying them as we've been tuning the sandbox. And it's been so much fun to work on stuff just like that.
Was it your plan to make me contemplate coming out of retirement by making such a great game?
Absolutely, that was the only reason I get out of bed in the morning.
You guys just have a huge whiteboard, like, bullshit. How do we
Drinking a
get
French
hit
cup of coffee, like,
Come back, please.
Love it. All right, so they didn't get the 5-0.
I don't understand what that word means. Death yet?
I don't know either. We're about to check the scoreboard and find out what it really means.
Check the scoreboard and see whose fault it was?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't know what's going on over that way